Hello, everyone. Hello, YouTube. I'm back again for. It's been a while since I've done a video because I've been hard at work doing any kind of free time I've had. I've been working on different sample pages, and yeah, I think when I get into that flow, it's hard to kind of change gears, and I'm kind of in my new studio or office, whatever you want to call it. And I don't have everything set up to kind of work between, to move around. I kind of have one space and it's either for art or for kind of, I don't know, like comic book reviews and stuff like that. Like, so it's hard at the moment. I need to just kind of organize this space a bit better so it's easy to move around everything. But essentially, I've been doing a lot of artwork. What I'm going to show here is 4 pages of a sample for Graveyard Shift, which is like a massively popular and successful crowd-funded comic book series. I think it's on. I have the first 3 volumes, and I think it's on gone on to volume 5 now. I know I didn't pick up volume 4. There was like a big art style change in that one, so I kind of didn't gravitate towards it that much, like. But like it's a really cool series, and different books out there, you kind of get different ideas in your head and you go, oh, I'd love to see a story about this or that inside that world. And with me finishing up my graphic novel, The Dark Pool, I wanted to kind of have a shot, just put some sample pages together and send them into John Malin, who's the artist. Now, I know the writer is Mark Polton, who I then contacted after trying to impress John with these pages. I got some great feedback on them. Like the main character here, this, I guess, just a brief summary of the idea. The idea was like this character, Mick Mayhew, which is one of the characters from Graveyard Shift. And the idea was he was somewhere deep in Europe, somewhere in a monastery, kind of hanging out, reading lots of old manuscripts and books inside this convent's libraries. And the story starts here, where essentially the abbess, which is the head nun, she's kind of telling Mick, look, you've been here a while and it's time to move on. And on the second page, there's a bit of a kind of a recap of what's happened since he got there. This is him turning up, meeting the nuns, and he befriended this nun who was kind of, she's kind of like this is what I was thinking, like she was kind of disfigured. She had bad scarring on her face, so she was essentially she didn't judge Mick by his kind of deformities, and they hit it off, and she was kind of showing him around. This is like a flashback panel where she was showing him a lot of old German World War II stuff that was left behind when these soldiers passed through that region at one point. And essentially what happens is that Mick is kind of saying to the abbess that, look, I know you've got a lot of books in your personal collection that you haven't let me look at, and I'm not leaving here until you show them to me. So that's when it all kind of goes south, goes bad. And the abbess, she has this cross that she's been holding, and it kind of turns into a big dagger. So like then on the next page, Mick kind of realizes these nuns have gotten the drop on him. So like a lot of these nuns come bursting through the door into these chambers, and they're like they're kind of old, ugly, and they've got kind of cool armor under their gear. Like they're basically evil. The idea of the story was going to be called None Shall Pass, as in Nun, and the idea was that Mick would battle all these, like you see a bit of the start of the battle, like. But I think this is my favorite page. It was just a lot of fun drawing these characters, and that was another panel I had to redraw. Essentially, the feedback I got back, I kind of contacted it was Clayton, I think Clayton Barton, who's like an editor on this, and he kind of relayed all of the pages onto John and kind of sent the feedback my way. And essentially what came back was that Mick looked a bit too skinny and not kind of menacing or dark or monstrous enough. Like, so I tried to kind of really bulk him out and make him kind of creepy and stuff like that. Like, but yeah, so like this was kind of just a panel focusing in on the Abbess, literally saying, look, take him out or whatever. And then the last page here, this was the scan of that actually came out a lot lighter than the previous pages, and I used a lighter pencil on this. I was enjoying using darker pencils. I was using a 2B, but in hindsight after this, like, it's so messy and there's a lot of smudging, and it's not really something I'd like to ink on top of afterwards, because I can only imagine trying to clean up all of the pencil lines. Like, but I kind of like the dark pencil because it really helps you visualize your light and darks and line thicknesses and stuff like that. Like, so maybe going back to a HB is like a happy medium for me. I'll see. Like, I've done a few pages since then trying this HB method, and it's fun. Yeah, I'm enjoying it. But essentially, this panel had to be redrawn to make Mick more of the main character on it. Like, there was a lot more smaller pages, smaller panels, and now I just said, right, like, blow up a big panel of Mick, like, you know, basically the battle is on now, and he's punching this nun out of the way, and then like the Abbess is a bit like, oh fuck, you know, she's backing off a bit. That's the idea, was her backing off into the shadows because she knows maybe we've bitten off more than we can chew here. And then Mick turns and just incinerates that nun. Like, I was thinking this one here coming in behind him. And yeah, like, literally, I don't know, his energy blast, his cannon just fucking takes her head off. Like, so like, that was, since my graphic novel was finished, this was kind of a really fun thing to explore and to mess about with. And like, I don't think anything's going to come of it. I guess the way I look at it is I sent them in, and if the people were excited about it and had an opportunity, they would have come back and said, look, this is what we want you to do. But I got some feedback, but there was like no offer really of anything, which is fine. But yeah, I guess I'm not the one to kind of chase them down and say, you know, what's the story? You know, can you be a bit more clearer, or can you tell me what the story is here? I want to know, is there any potential work out there and stuff, like, because I guess sometimes, I know when I was drawing this stuff, it's funny, when I drew the first pass, and I was like, this kicks ass, like, you know, you're kind of your own ego is kicking in there, like. And then when I sent them off and the feedback came back that like, Mick was not bulky enough and menacing enough, like, I guess part of me was like, oh shit, you know, I have to draw this all again, like. But then when I drew it and I really thought about it, and then I looked at this the final pass of it, like, I was like, yeah, that was spot on, that criticism. Like, you know, he does look a lot better now, like, he's way more beefed up. And when I look at the previous pass, like, you know, I can now see how skinny looking he is, and he wasn't really on model for that character, like. So yeah, like, you know, a lot to take from it. Disappointing. It's a series that I'd love to kind of do something on, but look, it's not to be. And I guess you just kind of you either kind of try and get better, or you just wallow in pity. So so yeah, this is just a video I wanted to share, some artwork. Like, I'm gonna throw these up on Twitter. I think enough time has passed. I didn't want to throw them up there until I kind of was fairly certain that nothing was kind of going to come of this. Like, but I'll throw them up there just to kind of generate some interest. And yeah, look, I'll leave this video at that. I'm going to do a few more. Like, I've a ton of art to share, so I'm going to do a few more videos. And then hopefully when I get my other setup on, I'll do some more comic book reviews, because I've got like a ton of books that I've bought, and I haven't really had a chance to do anything with them. Like, so yeah, look, if you like this video, please subscribe to my channel and like it and share it. I know nobody shares this stuff, like, but as I don't really share a lot of people's videos, like, but yeah, please like and subscribe. And yeah, look, I'll see you on the next video, and have a good day.